Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the European Football All-Time channel, and today welcome to my Europa League quarter-final first leg predictions. Only 8 teams remain, but only one will be crowned champion in Istanbul on May the 20th. Who will it be? We'll have to find out. But yeah, make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, and the first game, it comes from the Estadio Municipal de Braga, where it is Braga taking on Real Betis. Now, this game is actually kicking off quite soon out in Portugal. Should be a decent game, really. Braga have got a fairly decent home record in the Europa League. Betis' away record isn't great, but then it is kind of reversed, with Betis' home record being quite good, but Braga's away record not being... Well, Braga's away record's okay, but Betis are better at home than they are away, than they are. They're better. I was right. Betis are better at home than they are away. So, I mean, I think tonight is a big advantage for Braga. They're very good at home. I mean, they were 2-0 down after the round of 16 first leg against Ferencvaros, and they came back and they won. I think it was 4-0 in the second leg. So they do make the Estadio Municipal de Braga a tough place to go. And this will be a difficult test for Braga. Real Betis are a decent side. Real Betis have got some good players in their team. And I think if Braga can beat Betis, then why can't they go on and win this whole competition? I mean, Braga are definitely on the better side of the bracket. Because on the other side of the bracket, you've got Porto, Nottingham Forest, Bologna and Aston Villa. So if Braga do knock out Betis, I think they've got a very good chance of getting to the final. But they've got to put out a very strong performance at home. I mean, Betis, obviously they are away, so it will be difficult for them because of how good Braga are at home. But if Betis can, maybe even if they lose by 1 goal, that's still good for Betis because they're only 1 goal behind. But if they are 2 goals behind or 3 goals behind, then Betis might be in a bit of trouble. If Betis can get a draw here, it'll be great for them. If they can get a win, it'd be even better. But it'll be a good game to watch. I might watch it, to be fair, just to see how the game goes. But I'm gonna go tight game. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 home win for Braga. Okay, the next game is tomorrow night, where it is Bologna taking on Aston Villa. It's the third time these two have met in 2 years. Of course, Villa winning, I think it was 1-0 when Villa and Bologna played in the Champions League, and I think it was 2-0 when they played earlier this season in the Europa League phase. Of course, the first leg at the Stadio Renato de Lara. Surprisingly, Bologna haven't got a great home record in the Europa League. I think Bologna have only won 1 game at home this season in the Europa League. So they're definitely much better on their travel. So they might be a bit annoyed, potentially, Bologna, that the first leg is at home, maybe, because they seem to travel. They seem to be better away from home than they are at home in the Europa League. But, you know, I mean, but Bologna will know a bit about Villa now. They've played him a couple of times. Italiano and the Bologna players will know what to expect from this Aston Villa side. But Aston Villa have been a bit, I don't know, they've been a bit hit and miss recently. They've been a bit, I don't really know how to sum it up. The boat seems to be rocking with Villa at the moment. And I think with Bologna at home, even though I have just said Bologna's home record isn't great in the Europa League, but the way Villa are going at the moment, maybe Bologna might have a chance here. I mean, that second leg, by the way, for Bologna against Roma, what a second leg. I mean, what a tie overall it was. And, of course, Bologna coming out prevailers. Personally, I would have wanted it. I would have rather Roma go through. That's no disrespect to Bologna. I didn't hate Bologna. I would have rather Roma play Villa because that would have been a great tie. But I think this will be a good tie overall. Villa, I mean, they've beaten Bologna twice. Can they make it 3 out of 3? I think they will. It'll be a tight game. I'm going to go 2-1 Aston Villa. Okay, next up is FC Porto versus Nottingham Forest at the Estadio de Dragão. Now, this is going to be a very, very, very tough game for Nottingham Forest. Porto are yet to lose a game at the Dragão in the Europa League this season. However, Forest will be quite lucky here because then Porto's main man, really, the bagsman, Samu, is injured. I think it's got a... I'm not sure what he's done, but I think he's out for the rest of the season. Or he might be out until the end of April. I'm not too sure. So Samu not being available for Porto, Forest fans are probably delighted with, because Samu is a very good player. He scores a lot of goals for Porto. He's probably Porto's best player, to be honest. So I'm sure Forest fans are probably happy that he's not playing. But a player I think Forest have got to watch out for is the Polishman, Oskar Piasteczki. Now, I am part Polish. I watched him for Poland during the international break against Albania and against Sweden. I mean, against Albania, he came on at half-time and he completely ran the show. I think he came on around the 60th minute against Sweden. He did all right, to be fair, but he's a very good player. He's a youngster, so he's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of potential ahead of him, so I'll watch out for him. For Forest, I mean, for Porto, they've probably got to watch out for Jesus. Igor Jesus has been quite clinical for Forest in this competition. Particular, of course, Forest did actually lose their last visit to Portugal because they played Braga in the league phase, I think it was. I think Braga won 1-0. I mean, it wasn't a very great performance at all for Nottingham Forest. I mean, Forest have already beaten Porto. It was Sean Dyche's first game, I think, and Forest won 1-0. But the first leg at Porto, Forest have got to try and get something because Porto at home are a very, very good side. But ever since Samu has been injured for Porto, they haven't scored as many goals. They only won 2-0 in the second leg at home against Stuttgart. And when Samu is playing for Porto, they normally win at home by about 3 or 4-0, or by 3 or 4 goals, really. So I think if Forest can keep this low scoring, second leg at the City Ground, then Forest might have a chance. But prediction for this one, I'm going to go with a narrow 2-1 home win for FC Porto. Okay, and the final game is Freiburg taking on Celta Vigo. Now, one of these two has a massive opportunity to get to the Europa League semi-finals, which is fantastic, really. I don't think any of these two teams has played in the European semi-finals, so a massive opportunity for one of these teams here. Freiburg involved in a crazy game in the league on the weekend. They were 2-0 up at home against Bayern Munich, and then obviously Bayern came back and won 3-2. So I'm sure Freiburg will be quite disappointed with that one. I'm not too sure how Celta Vigo got on the weekend, but should we have a look, actually? How did they get on? Should we have a look? Celta Vigo. How did they play? Or how did they get on? They won 3-2 against Valencia, so they were involved in a high-scoring game as well. I mean, they were 1-0 down, boy back to 1-1. They were 1-0 down, then they boy back to 1-0. 4 minutes later, they made it 2-1. 81st minute, they thought they won it 3-1. I mean, there was a bit of a late scare when Guido Rodriguez scored again for Valencia to make it 3-2, but Celta Vigo held on and won 3-2. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not sure. I think it might have been about Braga, actually. I'm not too sure. Freiburg are very good at home in this competition. They're much better at home than they are away. Celta Vigo aren't great away, but they've got a very good record at home. I mean, like I just said about Forest, really, if Celta Vigo can get a good result here, then they might have a chance at home. If they lose by about 2 or 3 goals, then they might be in a bit of trouble. But they have, like I said, they have been quite good, Celta Vigo, at home this year. I mean, Freiburg, they've got to take the home advantage into account, which I'm sure they will. I think they've got to, Celta Vigo, they've got to watch out for the Italian in the Freiburg team, Vincenzo Grifo. He's been quite good and the main player, really, for Freiburg in this competition this year. Celta Vigo got a few decent players in their team. But in the end, again, it'll be a tight game. I think all these first legs, well, I think these ties in general are going to be very close. And I'm going to go with another 2-1 scoreline. So yeah, 2-1 Freiburg is my prediction. So that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. What do you think about my predictions? Do you agree with them? Do you not? Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.